Match 45, Anguirus vs. Baragon, by Nick Instead. Ogasawara Island was no longer the world of giants it had been. Following the incident several years ago with the Keel Axe, there's only one L as a note, but alright. The project had been abandoned by the Japanese government as it was deemed too dangerous and unstable a station to man. Although met with some initial skepticism, the movement turned out to be a wise one. The Mothra larva in Manila died several months following the battle with Ghidorah, and Gorosaurus was killed in the battle with Kumonga.
So this would be a sequel to Match 4, right?
That's what I was thinking, actually.
Yeah.
Whoa. Huh, so that's a possible continuity tie-in there. So, Match 40...
Yeah, that's... go on.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. I wasn't really going to say much, but... Well, time to update the continuity thread.
I think I pointed this out before in the thread.
I think I added it. Like, I did a big up a few weeks ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think you put it with the movie continuity part.
Oh,
I don't know.
There are multiple connections for all the films.
Right.
To the match.
Yeah.
Yes. The remaining monsters swam or flew off to better pastures, but now the island lay in relative silence. Only one stubborn kaiju remained, Anguirus. Anguirus had often been described by kaijuologists as being uncharacteristically resistant and territorial. It clung onto the former monster island with unchallenged vigor and loyalty. This behavior had been questioned for some time, but no solution had been proposed. Ogasawara Island held no legitimate food sources except for the native dolphins, and was not particularly contested territory. Anguirus had seemingly claimed the island as its own, and was not going to let it go. However, interest was soon lost in Anguirus' behavior. As long as the gigantic saurian stayed away from human settlement, it was no longer considered a threat. Anguirus awoke one summer morning to the sound of crashing waves and squawking gulls. Every morning began the same, with the same sounds and the same scents. Yet Anguirus did not feel boredom, if a kaiju could truly understand the concept. It slept, it ate, and it slept. Anguirus did not want more, and did not need more. It was content.
So Anguirus doesn't breathe?
Yeah, you kind of missed out a couple details, like he likes playing ball with Gororin once in a while if he ever stops by.
He is an old dinosaur. He just wants to relax.
Yeah.
So he doesn't...
this is his first vacation since Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla after getting his jaw broken. And destroy all monsters. Anguirus rose from its usual resting place, nestled in between several caves, and lumbered out towards the beach. The island looked and smelt familiar, but there was something different in the air. There was evidence that something large had pushed its way through the palm trees, and Anguirus could smell blood in the distance. Something had come to its quiet island and had dared disturb its peace.
Kaiju X.
Yeah.
You know what's in the air?
What?
Love.
Yeah, because heart pumps blood anyway. The spiked behemoth crawled faster towards the beach. The sounds of gnawing and crunching grew louder in its small reptilian ears. However, it also heard sounds of familiar roars and grumbles. It was Baragon, the small quadruped that had taken up residence by Ogasawara's volcano. Anguirus did not know why the smaller beast had returned, but it was not welcome. The creature had entered its territory, and most likely eating its food. Pass.
Oh, sorry. You caught me at a bad time. Ah, there we go. Anguirus entered the beach slowly, and with caution, it caught a glimpse of the beast several hundred yards down the beach. A dead whale at its feet. Baragon tore and twisted, ripping out flesh and splattering blood across its massive ears. The beast was violating Anguirus' beach with the blood of its kill. This meant a challenge, a direct act of opposition towards Anguirus' claim. Baragon was arrogant and foolish to think that this act would go unpunished. Anguirus lowered its nasal horn, howled a roar of defiance, and galloped forward. Baragon raised its head from the insides of the whale. It had not expected. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Are whales really that big compared to the kaiju? I thought they'd be smaller.
This was back in the days of the 50-meter scale. Like even though Baragon, I think for KWC was roughly 40 meters, whales could get as big as like 30 meters. So.
Oh, never mind. I stand corrected.
So yeah, whales are huge. They're huge.
Well, I always think of whenever I think of a whale, I just think of the image of Matt Frank did with Godzilla and the whale. And
like how much smaller that one was. And it could depend on the species too. Like some are larger than others and all that. Like,
and it's also probably 100-meter Godzilla, to be honest.
Right. Probably 100-meter Godzilla for that series too. So of course he'd be gigantic.
Yeah. Oh, in any case, it had not expected Anguirus to arrive so soon. It had smelt the beast's scent from miles away and had realized the risk of entering the beast's territory, but had not anticipated this soon a reaction. Baragon's stomach was full of whale flesh, and he was tired from the voyage to the island, but he was not afraid of a fight. Baragon opened his jaws and howled a challenge, and charged forward. Baragon collided with Anguirus head-on. The spiked dinosaur was caught off guard by the sudden impact and stumbled backwards, only to have the smaller kaiju bite down hard on its left foreleg. Anguirus yelped and desperately tried to shake Baragon off. However, like a pit bull, the subterranean dinosaur clamped down hard and began to drag and twist on Anguirus' leg. Anguirus screamed and desperately tried to bite down on the smaller kaiju, yet each snap met with a powerful mouthful of sand or open air. Baragon was maneuverable and vicious. Anguirus felt a wave of heat growing on his left leg. Baragon's mouth began to sizzle and spark with heat and flame, and Anguirus realized all too late what was happening. A blast of flame leaped from Baragon's tightly clamped jaw and engulfed its left leg. As Anguirus yelped and jumped backwards, the assailant let go and burrowed underground. Anguirus gave a few tentative licks towards its wounded leg. Between Baragon's teeth and flame, the leg stung with unimaginable pain. Even its battle with Mechagodzilla had not hurt as much as... Okay, hold on, back up. You had your jaw broken there, buddy.
Yeah, jaw broken, I'm pretty sure would hurt a lot more than fire to the leg.
Yeah. Finally, after a few seconds of blind pain, Anguirus came back to its senses. Still favoring its left leg, the shell dinosaur scanned the beach for its opponent. It could smell the beast's stench, but could not get a good view of his assailant. Anguirus could feel the vibrations in the ground, and could almost sense where the beast was moving. However, Baragon's movements were erratic and unpredictable. The instant Anguirus would move to one area, the burrowing dinosaur would travel to another. Suddenly, the beast burst a nasal horn into Anguirus' gut. Howling and coughing up blood, the dinosaur collapsed to the ground, panting, as Baragon retreated once again underground. Anguirus rose from the ground on its three unwounded legs, and attempted to... No, they're still arms. They're still arms.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
arms
legs.
or legs. It's a little weird.
Yeah, unwounded legs, and attempted to limp to the... However, Baragon once again burst from the ground behind the wounded saurian and charged forward. Opening its jaws wide, the dinosaur bit down hard on Anguirus' spiked tail. Letting out another yelp, Anguirus reared onto its hind legs in pain as Baragon clamped down. Snarling in anger, the dinosaur snapped its spiked tail like a whip. Baragon screamed. Yeah, just like that. Baragon screamed as the sudden movement cracked teeth and shredded its jaw. Losing its grip on its opponent, Baragon spiraled down the beach and landed several dozen meters away. Ready to end the insult of a fight, Anguirus lunged after Baragon. The enraged saurian bit down hard on Baragon's right foreleg and tore. Blood spurted out like a fountain, and Baragon screwed it, tossing the creature away like a challenge of blood. Although Baragon, the smaller beast left its hand slashed the smaller beast forward and swung its clawed hand, slashing deadly wounds across Anguirus' face and neck. It landed several meters away and proceeded to blast the angered saurian across the face with jets of flame. Pass.
Anguirus charged and slammed its spiked skull into Baragon's midsection. Winded, the smaller kaiju stumbled backwards. Anguirus was angry. Don't you mean? So, would this mean that Anguirus is angry?
Again.
And the angrier it got, the harder it fought. Lunging forward, Anguirus chomped down hard on Baragon's neck. Squealing in pain, Baragon was lifted into the air. Anguirus throttled the burrowing dinosaur violently, and felt warm blood pooling its mouth. Just as Baragon's movements began to grow sluggish and less erratic, the maddened saurian slammed it into the sand headfirst. Baragon gasped and gulped in pain. It was wounded, dazed, tired, not feeling good.
All the above.
However, it was not finished. Not in the slightest. Baragon jumped forward and slammed into Anguirus head-on, forcing the shelled beast onto its back. Roaring maniacally, Baragon bit down hard on Anguirus' chest and began to slash and tear away. So this is a motorboat gone wrong. Skin and scales peeled away from Baragon's repeated slashing and biting, and blood seeped out in torrents. Anguirus could feel its life forces fading away. Baragon had outmaneuvered it in every way. Winner Baragon.
No.
It had systematically whittled away at its opponent until it could no longer stand. Baragon would have its day in its territory. However, just as Baragon prepared to blast a flame to finish Anguirus off, something primal and dangerous clicked inside the wounded dinosaur's head. Some had called Anguirus a stubborn beast, a creature who would never die, even faced with the most horrible wounds and opponents. So is this how Anguirus survived the Godzilla raids again?
Perhaps. After being burned alive.
I mean, let's be honest. Anguirus has never had, like, a good day. Like, he was burned by Godzilla, crushed by King Ghidorah, had his jaw broken, his face sliced up. I mean, he's basically the definition of taking a lot of damage and keep on going.
Fell into a crevice in Godzilla vs. Megalon. Don't forget about that.
True.
And he was mistaken for a Gamera, and then thrown into the ocean. So is this also how he fixed his jaw somehow?
No more questions.
Okay. What happened that fateful summer day would only solidify this idea in the minds of kaijuologists throughout the world. It's with pain. Anguirus issued a roar of challenge. It raised its left leg and kicked Baragon in the stomach. The horned beast toppled backwards and lay on the blood-soaked sand stunned. Anguirus roared and charged as fast as its wounded legs could carry it. Just as Baragon was pushing itself off the ground, Anguirus closed its jaw and bit down around its neck and tore. There's a lot of neck biting in this match.
I mean, it is Anguirus, I will give him that.
It is Anguirus for one, so...
Yeah. Baragon yelped and struggled, but was unable to shake itself free from the powerful teeth. Anguirus gave another tearing twist, and the squealing dinosaur's jugular split open.
Oh gosh!
Yeah. Anguirus let go, and the writhing form dropped to the ground, choking on its own blood. The dying creature broke into a series of violent spurts. Finally, the dinosaur lay still. Nap. Anguirus... Sorry. Anguirus let a gasping roar of victory and collapsed to the ground, and he died.
The end.
Yeah.
Baragon's attacks had taken their toll on his body. It was not sure if proper. Well, he could always fix that.
It'll be fine.
Y'all getting a little iffy. Hang on. Okay, keep going.
It's a grabbing the form. It's where it was likely to spend many more days of rest and tranquility. Winner Ultraman.
Winner Anguirus.
Anguirus.
Yeah.
Ah.
Honestly, this is actually a really good match. I am not gonna lie. Like, maybe with the exception of the Keelox misspelling, and I think maybe like one other thing, I have very little to complain about with this one. Honestly, this is actually kind of I feel like this one's actually kind of underrated. Like, it's got good vocabulary. The action was pretty intense. Like the monster. Like, again, this was before Anguirus Thunderball was implemented, so like the action's pretty intense. It's violent. It's brutal. It's pretty. There's actually like a good like character reason for Anguirus to be doing any of this, and while still basic, it's just set up well. Honestly, this is actually a really good match. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I almost wish I almost wish that the writer Nick Instead had written more matches, because I would have loved to have read more KWCs out of him. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have to? I will say that. Like again, So.
And that was match. Yeah, honestly, this was a really good match. Would have loved to see more out of the author, but unfortunately, we're not going to get much of him again. So, we will see you guys next time for match 40. Next time, that was match 45, and we will see you guys for match 46. Until then.
See you next time, guys.